Hello everyone, I'm Laura McIntosh and this is Bringing It Home. Now we are the best in fresh. We find the hottest chefs, we travel to the best locations, and we will dazzle you with mouth-watering recipes and bring it all home to you.
That's bigger than my head.
Have an oyster. Here's to California. Don't scare me.
Well, hello everyone. Are you in the mood for food? Well, you're in luck because we've brought you right here to probably one of the most special places. Why? Because 7 cultures came together to create wonderful cuisine. We're gonna show you one of them, Italian cuisine today. We're gonna cook with Chef John Besh in his kitchen. He's gonna share with us some fun and easy recipes that you can do at home. We're not gonna stop there. We're gonna take you around town and show you the sights and sounds of New Orleans. That and a whole lot more today on Bring It Home. Lexus is proud to support Bringing It Home's message of sustainability and freshness. We encourage you to know the people behind your food and to enjoy your pursuit of perfection. In-season freshness is the key ingredient to making every meal taste the best. So here's a look at what's fresh around the country. No matter where you live in the country, whether it's the East, the West, the South, or Middle America, here are my top 3 picks for what's fresh in each of those areas during all 4 seasons. If you're in the East during the spring, look for things like fresh chard, asparagus, and herbs. If you're in the West, here's what's fresh: apricots, cherries, and asparagus. We've got plenty to choose from in the South: okra, pole beans, and peanuts. For those of you in the Midwest, look for carrots, morels, and spinach. So now you know, creating easy and delicious meals is a snap. The key ingredient is to keep it fresh. All right, you guys, 7 cultures came together to create Creole. We're here in New Orleans, downtown, and as we look around, we'll see the infusion of architecture, colors, culture, and cuisine. Now, New Orleans is the 3rd most visited city in our nation. Lots of tourism here, and it has a lot to do with architecture, the music, but certainly, in my opinion, it's the food. After all this exploring, it's time for some lunch. I was invited to meet up with one of New Orleans' top chefs and my good friend, John Besh.
How's New Orleans treating you so far?
Well, it's treating me great. It's a little hot, I do have to admit, but this restaurant, John, is gorgeous.
It's really all about taking what we have locally, bringing it home to our customers at our table here. If we don't raise it ourselves, we have a friend that does it for us. We contract with farmers only in this area and bring it all, and it all culminates in our kitchen on the plate.
Speaking of on the plate, and that's
Really? I didn't have this plate, by the way.
good timing. What are these?
These are torta frita. And well, let me show you how to do it.
Okay.
You take the torta frita and you kind of it's building your own sandwich, if you will, but these come from the area of northern Italy that I just so love. And you take these are just little pastries that are fried.
Okay.
Okay, and they're fried in some of our rendered pork fat. And so they come to you and they're nice and crispy, look hollow in the center. These things are delicious. And you kind of build you can do it any which way. You can take some this is Creole tomato marmalade. Then you have a little mostarda here, all sorts of nuts. Happens to be hazelnuts here. And then you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you kind of concoct your own.
Nice.
Is it rude for me to do this?
No, only because they can't share, but I certainly can. Tell me what this is. What am I going to have here?
And so you have a little bit of the prosciutto, and you have some copa, all these different salumis. we make all these different salumis using the whole pig.
That's
we
wonderful.
have a system and an aging room and all of that. I have a partner here, Alon Shaya, who's just the sweetest person on earth. Great guy, Israeli born, but always has had a passion for Italian food.
There are a lot of Italians in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot.
They say by the year 1920, there wasn't a grocer in New Orleans that didn't speak Italian.
We know our food. We know our food. It's no mistake that you have really made your way in the world of food. People know you, and it's because you stayed true to, I like to say true to the land, but the heart and the land go together, if you know what I mean. And so it's easy to do that when you have both pieces.
I want to bring you back in the kitchen real fast, if you don't mind. And it's really all about showing you how we'll honor the Italian tradition, but still stay close to the land, bringing it home at the table with what we know, what we grow, and the people who harvest for us.
Well, I know that I'm ready to start cooking with you, and I know that these folks out there are as well.
We've got to meet Alon real fast.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's take care of that.
The meat. All right.
Alon, here she is. Laura's our guest.
Hi, how are you?
Alon is our salumi guru.
Alon gained a huge passion for curing meats and traveled to Parma, Italy to learn traditional techniques from the grandmothers or nonnies throughout the villages and small towns. He shared with me the long process it takes to go from Magna Lisa woolly pigs to salami. Total curing time is well over 20 months. Think about it, it's almost 2 years. Of course, this accounts for the intense and wonderful flavor of the salami.
Let me see that.
Now the way I was gonna serve that to somebody.
You did.
Alon shared more than just flavor and variety. He also shared how salami should be cut, paper thin, how it should look and taste. Prosciutto, pancetta, coppa, largo, or pig fat. And actually, pig fat tastes great. So many different textures and flavors, but you know what? They're all fantastic. After my salami or salumi lesson, Alon and I headed into the kitchen to cook with John Besh.
Ah, the kitchen.
You ready to make some?
Hi, John.
And Alon's really taking the helm here.
I worked for a guy named Enzo in Parma making pizzas, and he was a pizza master. And so what I learned there was just the art of the dough and how to really turn it from that small ball into something like this in a matter of seconds.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions here. First of all, when you talk about the dough, we're talking about the wheat that goes into it. I mean, you really have to know what you're talking
this
about.
dough we make daily, and it ages for 4 days
Okay.
before we actually use it. The reason why is because we put very little yeast in the dough, and it's really more of a natural start.
And so through that natural leavening process, you have these sour flavors that almost build up.
like
the same
that.
way that you have the sour starter from your neck of the woods from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So let's get started. We've got to put you to work.
Start
Okay,
with a
okay.
little bit of mozzarella here.
Wait a second. No, she's got to get her hands
Yeah,
dirty.
I'm doing that. I gotta learn. You learned, I gotta learn. If I learn, you learn.
So I think you need to take some of these figs,
And just
sprinkle
place them
those.
everywhere?
Oh, come on, you're too California here. Bring it home, baby. Bring it home.
Load it up.
Lon, which one is this?
Gorgonzola dolce.
This is a dolce. So
Do
it's
I have
a
to put it on the
sweet
pizza dough?
gorgonzola.
Okay.
You can. The good thing about this, you lick your fingers afterwards.
Basilico.
Basilico.
Okay.
On that would be good. Is there anything else that you want to put on this pizza?
Well,
You know what?
I would put garlic, but I don't know that it would go.
Let's do like a little bit of garlic oil.
See, you read my mind.
already
Very
thinking.
nice. Okay.
Then it really only
Okay.
takes about 90 seconds in there.
90 seconds.
Temperature right now is 403 degrees. That's Celsius, so you're really talking about 815, 20.
820.
I'm gonna give you guys two scenarios as you're making that pizza talk right through me.
No. You're making the pizza.
Making another one. Okay. So, I buy the dough frozen.
What?
I'm at home. I've got 4 boys.
Wait a minute. We're gonna
just
make some
to-
pizza dough. I'll teach you how to make it.
What's happened to the whole tutorial today? Come on,
We're
let's.
talking ease and convenience. You know what I'm talking about. Do I let it set out for a couple of days? Do I add anything
you
to
know
it?
What? You gotta.
He's not even gonna answer.
I'm not answering
He's
the whole
not
buy
answering.
I'm not
frozen
sure
pizza
how,
dough thing.
Each dough is different. That's what makes pizza so beautiful. The way I would do it at home, I would make a fresh pizza dough, and I would put it in the refrigerator. Let it age for about 3 days in the refrigerator before you use it.
Cheese, chanterelle, basil. What else?
We can do whatever you want. What do we have over there in the corner, Chef?
Yeah,
Fresh mozzarella.
Let's
Yeah.
Look at the pizza you made.
Yummy. Oh,
How
those
beautiful is
figs.
that?
Look
That's
at
incredible.
that.
Let's,
They're
um,
bubbling.
Let me pop this one back in. What are we putting on that last
On
one?
this one? All right.
Let's do some heirloom
I'm-
tomatoes.
Can I do some olives?
Yeah. Lots of speck right over the top
And
of
you didn't
that.
put that on when it went in the oven because...
We want to have this, we just want the heat just to slowly melt some of the fats.
Yes.
It's already cured, doesn't need to cook.
Oh, man, if you could smell these pizzas, I'm telling you to come over here right now.
Fresh
So-
mozzarella.
Oh, you did the olives perfect. Would capers go with this?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Come on.
Just a little bit. Let's
Come on,
have
you're
fun.
the Italian here.
Well, that's why I'm saying the capers, the olives, the ricotta.
Reach over there.
Yes.
We've got some of our homemade tomato sauce.
Okay, now you're putting the meat on this one versus this one where you let it melt. Why?
Now we're just gonna handle this one a little different.
Okay.
No rhyme or reason.
All right.
We'll hit it with just a touch of this cheese.
Is there anything better than cheese on pizza?
I love pizza.
Now, for us at home, we're gonna put it in an oven at the temperature of about what?
500 degrees, pizza stone in the oven ahead of time, heat it up, drop the pizza dough right on that stone and then scoop it right off. There's
all you
nothing
need.
better than
What
that,
some people
sister.
do is cook it on the clean mode. Believe
Seriously?
it or not. Yeah, because
Clean
it gets
mode.
up to over 500 degrees.
Here,
And then it
check
cleans
out.
your oven.
Give it
Oh,
a,
do I
give it
get
a
it?
whirl.
We talked about crust and flavor of crust.
Delicious.
Isn't that great?
I'm gonna put my pizza on a barbecue.
Drop the stone there, crank it all the way up, pull the lid of the barbecue down all the way.
Yeah.
Let it heat up. Great.
Because you know
easy.
in California we can barbecue all year round. Just saying.
As you
Just
can in
saying.
Louisiana.
All right.
You and I are gonna pull this one out,
Okay.
and then we're gonna make some lasagna.
More cheese.
Look at this, y'all.
Ooh, I can't wait for lasagna. Those of you that love gardening and lush, beautiful flowers and greenery, some of these homes have the most exquisite and beautiful bougainvillea and all of these plants just hanging from the outside of their homes. And it's because of the climate here. It's dewy, it's warm, it's hot. This year it's been unseasonably warm, but that's exactly what the plants love and thrive here. Okay, everyone, we're back, and lasagna, it makes your house smell great and our tummies feel even better. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna show us how to do it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This lasagna makes its way to this, it's every Christmas gift. These go out to families.
Yes.
This is what Alon does, and I've fallen in love with it. This is classic style of the bolognese lasagna. Everybody's seen the meat sauce, the bolognese
Right, right.
sauce. We all know how to do that to one degree or the next. Instead of using ricotta cheese, the
Yes.
fresh ricotta, we've made a bechamel. And this is the classic style that really separates this dish from what you and I sometimes grew up eating.
Right, right.
And calling it lasagna. It's very simple.
Now, a bechamel sauce, really quickly for folks at home that don't
It's
know.
a white sauce. It's a cream sauce made with a little bit of flour, a touch of butter. We thicken some milk up. We have some onion in it.
Okay.
And just a little bit of nutmeg. The nutmeg makes all the
difference in the world.
Now, I'm going to ask you to get your fingers dirty.
I love it.
Kind of like we want to coat the edge of the dish. Oh, come on, get your fingers in there. Lay it down just like that.
Oh, long ways.
Long
okay.
ways over the top. So
at
then, I like a little bechamel right over the top.
Tell me really quickly as we're doing this, what are the ingredients in your sauce?
Your beef and pork.
Oh, good. Okay.
And so I love that. Onion, carrot, a little bit of celery, some crushed red pepper flake. Cook it down. Some tomato sauce that we put up ourselves. That sort of
Okay,
thing.
good. Y'all doing all right over
How are
here?
we doing, Alon? We have your stamp of approval.
I'm just giving you the grandma stare.
And
over
so
here,
look,
making sure
My
it's-
grandma didn't stare. She had a
making sure
stick.
you're doing
let me
follow
let me
rules.
tell you
Make
about
it
the,
right.
and then a little more cheese. I love cheese.
Are we doing 2 layers, 3 layers?
I'd love to do as many as 7 layers. That's what I like to try to do. How many can I fit in there?
Did you put cheese? No,
Oh yeah.
you did. Do
Cheese
you
in there.
run a restaurant or something? You're fast.
And I'm going with one more layer right over the top. So if you can do me up here, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, the chef asked me for help. We can do this. I start to take over. That's the Italian in me.
I know, you see that?
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I know, you were so polite. Now, John, really, your love of cooking came from where?
You know, I cook because I love making people happy. And that's what it really comes down to. Look how sloppy mine is. Look how tame yours is. We're gonna pop them into the
we'll
oven.
see that when they come out. Did you see he robbed me of cheese? Did you notice that? He wants his to look better than mine. It's simple and easy. Remember, all of the recipes can be found on our website at bringingithome.com.
This is not one of ours. I stole this from one that we were cooking up for a customer.
Look at that.
But you look, this is what I love to look for.
It
Be
is
careful
hot, huh?
because
Look
it's
at
very hot.
Chef hands.
And you want to see layers of that. It doesn't need to be the green pasta. We make that by adding spinach that we've pureed. This is just as good using the pasta that you find, the fresh pasta sheets at your favorite Italian grocery. How's that?
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
We're not done yet.
Oh my God, I'm not working in a kitchen for long. What do we
Look at
got?
this spaghetti. We just made this fresh spaghetti.
Oh, you are off the hook. Are
Semolina and water.
you gonna let us do this?
No, so y'all are doing this. I need to run out there.
Yeah, you have a few
Go
customers,
check on
right?
the restaurant
All right.
that's working.
All right.
Love you. This
John,
is
thank you.
so incredible. Chef,
All right, Chef.
y'all enjoy.
Thank you.
Make some for me. By the way, I want to take that home to my wife.
Oh,
Okay.
how nice.
The ones that we made.
Please tell her I made it for her. She may not like
Y'all
it.
take
but what the
care.
heck. All right, thanks, John.
We're gonna make some spaghetti.
This, did you make it?
Fresh spaghetti made with semolina
Okay.
and water. We did. We just rolled it out a couple seconds ago.
All right, and we're gonna show you how to do that when we come back.
Did you know a bushel of wheat makes about 42 pounds of pasta? That's 210 servings of spaghetti. Before we show you how to make spaghetti, let's head over to Matt Mickelson, who farms wheat, spaghetti's main component.
I'm Matt Mickelson, and this is my wheat field. I started running and managing this farm about 15 years ago. We've been in agribusiness in Idaho since the 1870s, and we've been at this current location since 1955. And it's my belief that we truly do embody the American tradition of a family farm. As a farmer, I believe that we are stewards of the land. I work to create a better environment for my family and for my community. This season, I was excited to implement smarter farming practices that help me reduce the fertilizer that I use. And by implementing these farming practices, we're able to grow a higher quality, better tasting whole wheat product. These new innovative practices that we are utilizing ensure that the soil that we are farming is protected. Even more important, we ensure that the watershed that we use to not only water our crops, but to provide water for our families and for our communities is safer. I currently grow 135 acres of eco-grain on my 535 acres of wheat. I've seen more consistency and better quality across my field, and this translates to a better, higher quality product.
Okay, I wanted to take you inside what everyone sees when they come to Louisiana, but in particular in New Orleans, right in town, are the cemeteries. Now, they call these the City of the Dead because actually the cemeteries are laid out like little cities. And one of the most well-known voodoo women of New Orleans, Marie Laveau, well, let me show you her gravesite. It's right here. It's her tomb, really. Rumor has it you can leave an offering. If your wish is granted, you have to come back, thank her with more offerings. I'm certainly not going to take a thing. If you take a look around the cemetery, it's a great place to really get a history lesson because there are tombstones here as far back as the Revolutionary War. This was the first grave site in New Orleans. Why are the tombstones above ground? Well, the water level. New Orleans is
below sea level, so they have to bury their loved ones above ground. Case in point, Hurricane Katrina, 3 feet of water right in here. So this is a very holy and lovely place, but a great place to get a history lesson too. Okay, Elon, you know what's really fun is that we're always out in what's fresh. And this show, you're bringing us in so that we can bring it home right from the belly of the middle of the restaurant and the energy in here. Your shop is
Well, like here in
electrifying.
Louisiana, we have so many resources, so many natural resources that it would be a shame if we didn't utilize it. Like the figs, the chanterelles that you saw. But we also have a little something called the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, that little thing.
And the bayous and the lakes.
Yes.
And so shrimp is just one of the most amazing resources that we have.
How do we know it's fresh?
Shrimp. You know shrimp is fresh when the legs are white.
Okay.
The older the shrimp get, the darker the legs become.
Okay.
And it'll get to a point where the legs are black. And then once that happens, they just don't taste very good.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is just do this really great seafood pasta with shrimp and jumbo lump blue crab. Because we have great jumbo lump blue crab
Yeah,
as
you're
well.
known for your blue crabs.
Those little orange flecks are little pieces of crab fat. And they make the pasta taste really
him
good.
and his fat flavor, he
you
just
know what?
loves
You'd
it.
think I'd weigh 1,000,000 pounds by now.
All right.
We're gonna do this fresh spaghetti, which is semolina and water, the only
That's
two
it.
ingredients. Yep. What makes this so great is that we just made the dough about 2 hours ago. We let it rest.
Wow.
We rolled it out, and you can eat it raw, and it's still really good.
Yeah.
But fresh pasta gives you a whole nother dimension of texture than a dried pasta. We're just searing the shrimp in just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
All right.
Meanwhile, we're gonna take all the fresh pasta and we're gonna drop it into the boiling water. And that just needs about 2 minutes at the most.
That's it.
We've added some shallots that we're gonna lightly saute. Heirloom tomatoes. Look at
Right
all those
to the
beautiful
fire.
colors. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we're cooking those tomatoes.
We'll season it with a little bit of salt,
See, cooking's so easy.
a little bit of chili flakes. Why not?
Optional, but I put them in.
Then crab meat. This is just a stock that we made with the shrimp.
Okay.
We're gonna let it reduce down till it's
Okay.
really almost gone.
If I at home do not have that
You
kind
can
of
get
stuff.
seafood broth from the grocery store.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Easy enough.
Fresh basil.
Always.
And in Italy, you just tear it up.
Yes.
Tear it up and throw it in there. That sauce is reducing till it's pretty much almost gone.
All right.
We're gonna take our spaghetti,
You're putting it right in the
put
pan.
it right in the pan.
Okay.
Butter,
More fat, but it's
just
flavor.
to richen it up a little bit.
Yes.
This easy.
That's it.
We're gonna toss it all together.
Oh, get all that crab meat in there.
Look at all that. Really fresh, beautiful flavors. Great for the summertime.
Oh yeah. Great anytime. Well, I certainly hope you've enjoyed the show today. Great Italian food, and like any good Italian would say, we go out with a bang. And today we showed you how to do it here on Bring It Home. And until next week, keep it nice and fresh. Hi guys, it's Laura. I'm answering another online question from you, and this one is a great one. How do I make a homemade pizza dough for dinner tonight? I've got a great recipe for that. It's a no yeast pizza dough. Let's get started. It's so easy. 2½ cups of flour mixed with 2 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's my dry ingredient mixture. Then I add 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of oil. I stir it until it forms a ball. Knead this for about 3 to 4 minutes, and I like to bake this in a cast iron pan. I line the pan with olive oil, and then I knead the dough right into it, pushing it up against the cast iron skillet all the way to the edges. Put your favorite toppings on top and bake it in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 25 minutes. And there you have a no yeast, fresh homemade pizza dough and a great tasting pizza for dinner tonight.
Next time on Bringing It Home. It's harvest time, and Chef Dale Ray from Napa, California is here to show us how to make a delicious meal from start to finish with all the flavors of autumn.
How did a big guy like you get so sweet?
How many of you love to make caramel apples during the fall? We're going to an apple ranch to talk to the farmer and see what it takes to grow one of our favorite fall fruits.
Lexus is proud to support Bringing It Home's message of sustainability and freshness. We encourage you to know the people behind your food and to enjoy your pursuit of perfection.
All right, did we make you hungry for New Orleans? Play it backwards. Hello, everyone. I'm Laura McIntosh, and welcome to New Orleans. We roll in. We roll in. Got the bug on my nose. I just saw Hopper Dan. It just got me thinking. I saw that.
Keep her out! Sorry.
Looking for simple ways to keep it fresh at home? I've made it easy with my new cookbook, Laura McIntosh from the Field. You will discover delicious recipes selected from some of the world's finest chefs. You can also order DVDs of the show you've just seen, just for you, nice and fresh.